Hello students, today we will study English literature of class 7th. We will continue with the same chapter and the name of the chapter is The Fight. Let's start with the 32 para. Rights to the body, lefts to the head, neither fighter was giving an inch. Right punches to the body and left punches to the head. No one means neither the Felix nor Antonio was ready to leave any chance. The fight between them was really very tough. 33 para. In a fog, Felix heard the roaring of the crowd, who seemed to have gone insane. Insane means mad. His head cleared to hear the bell at the end of the round. He was glad. His trainer sat him down in his corner. Antonio was doing what all fighters do when they are hurt. They sit and smile at everyone. The referee signaled the ring, the ring doctor to check the fighters out. He did so and then gave his okay. The cold water sponges brought clarity to both brothers. So, in this para, in the fog, Felix could not, the Felix could hear clearly the crowds roaring, crowds shouting as if they have gone mad. In that roar, anyhow, he tried to hear clearly the bell and the end of and at the end of the round. Means he tried in that roar, he tried to hear clearly the bell at the end of the round. He was happy. His trainer made him to sit. Now, in the corner, Antonio was doing what all the fighters supposed to do. When they were hurt, the referee called the ring doctor to see or to check that the fighters are okay or not. And the doctor checked both the fighters and gave the okay signal. The cold water sponges gave clarity to both the brothers. Now they were ready to fight again. 34. Bong. Round 3, the final round. Up to now, it had been tic-tac-toe pretty much. But everyone knew there could be no draw and that this round would decide winners. Now, Bong. Round 3 started. It was final round. Now, up to now, it was like a game of tic tac toe, which means in this the player were given alternate turn to play, and the score was even, means the same till now. But everyone knew that there could not be draw or there cannot be tie between them, and this round would decide the winner definitely. 35 para, both pounded away, neither gave an inch and neither fell to canvas. Felix's left eye was tightly closed. Blood poured from the Antonio's nose. They fought toe to toe. The sound of their blows were loud in contrast to the silence of a crowd gone completely mute. Mute means silence, complete silence. Now, in this para, both have punched or hit each other very hard, very heavily. No one became lenient, means no one was lenient on each other, no one was very liberal. Even no one fell on the floor. Canvas means your floor. Felix's left eye was tightly closed. Because of their fight, the Felix's eyes were tightly closed, and from the Antonio's nose, blood was pouring out. They fought in a very determined and strong way, as if no one was going to show mercy on each other. The sound of their punches was very loud. Because why? Because the crowd had complete because the crowd had gone completely silent. Mute means silent. They were so quiet. In that silence, the punches sound was very loud. Now, 36th para, bong bong bong. The bells sounded over and over again. Felix and Antonio were past hearing. Their blows continued to pound on each other like hailstones. Finally, the referee and the two trainers pulled the two fighters apart. Cold waters were poured over them to bring them back to the senses. Now, in this para, again, bong bong bong, the bell rang again and again, continuously. Felix and Antonio Antonio's punches strike heavily. They both gave the punches very heavily on each other, as if the hailstones, a small ball of ice, like you can say, a small ball of ice when falls from the sky, that is hailstones. So their punches were just like a hailstone hitting hard on each other. Finally, the referee and the two trainers pull Felix Antonio apart, mean pull these two fighters apart, and the cold water was poured over them to bring back to their senses, because they were so much indulged in their fight. That's why they needed two trainers and the referee to pull them apart. 37th para. They looked around and rushed toward each other. Now the two friends looked around and quickly ran towards each other. 38th para. A cry of alarm surged, means rose suddenly through Tompkins Square Park. Was this going to be a fight of death? The fear soon gave away to wave upon wave of cheering as the two amigo embraced. Now the alarm rang and wake the Tompkins Square Park, leaving the question, what? Leaving the question, was this going to be a fight to death? Means all the Tompkins people who were there in Tompkins Square Park, they were so surprised to see the fight between means between these two fighters, that the question arises that really this fight is going to be a fight of death, because they were really harsh on each other. This fear of whole, means the fear among all the Tompkins Square Park, now suddenly changed into happiness as they saw the two friends hugging each other. Embrace means hugging each other. 39th para. No matter what the decision, they knew they would always be champions to each other. Now, no matter what the decision will come out, they knew that they would always be the champion in the eyes of each other. 40th para. Bong bong bong. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and the representative to the Golden Gloves tournament of champion is. Now, again, the bong bong bong. The announcer said the winner and the representative to the Golden Gloves tournament of the champion is. He was now 41 para. The announcer turned to the point to the winner and found himself alone. Arms in arms, the champion had already left the ring. Now, announcer was about to say the winner. As the announcer turned to the point to the winner, as he was about to say the winner, he found himself alone there. There was no one. No one. Both have gone. Both the fighters, Felix and Antonio, have gone by putting arms on each other's shoulder. They left the ring, and the announcer was left alone. So the story finishes here. Now, students, now take few of the words to write in your fair copy. First word is aspiring. Second word is blasting. Then countered, dispelled, piston, jabs, blurring, barrage, and surged. Okay? Write in your fair copy. Thank you, students.